Your mom played basketball with your head as a baby. Unfortunately, apparently Uncle Sam has an outerversal jab. I'm gonna go over why literally if he farts, Naruto dies. If he farts, Saiyan Saga dies for sure. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Jobbers and Goons. And before I get into this unplanned rant, initially I'd been making a video on Ben Grimm and all the characters he's influenced, but it's evolved into more than that. I'm going to talk about a couple more things within scaling in the community in general. But before we get into it, if you love hearing me rant, ramble, or go off on things, go ahead and smash the like button. Let's get 200 plus likes. Also, I have new channel memberships. If you want to show support that way, go check them out. They have amazing perks and benefits, as well as if you want to see your favorite content on the channel, hit me up to discuss purchases, or if you want access to my mini scan servers, hit me up for that. You can also join my regular Discord. We do games, prizes, giveaways, D&Ds, and more. It's a lot of fun. Make sure to check it out and subscribe. Turn on notification bells if you haven't already. We are on the road to 30K. Thor Superman Battle Swap coming soon. It just takes a little bit to edit. Now, initially this video was just gonna discuss why I have the absolute respect for Ben Grimm, why he's probably my favorite character ever, at least in comics history. He's just an amazing character. He's a lot more influential than people give him credit for. He inspired characters like the Hulk, and pretty much every character after 61 that kind of envelops that brawler mentality, that character you can kind of drop off to fight the big bad and hold it down until the rest of the team figures out a way to win, right? That's what he does. That's kind of the archetype characters after that followed, and they were big hits. For example, Hulk. Piccolo's a brawler archetype. Things like that. Technically all attributes, if it came after 61, I don't care, that shit attributes to Ben Grimm, who was always hopping out the whip, brawling for the Fantastic Four whenever they got into some crazy shit in deep space. And, you know, with this influence and stuff, it makes him a very important character. And a lot of people downplay him in the most absurd ways. And it kind of gets into a bigger conversation about the power scaling community, right? I was talking to Chuck about this not too long ago. How I feel like, in a lot of ways, Dragon Ball is almost like the worst base to start off with as a power scaler. Because it just appears to me that a lot of people coming from just that, they view power scaling through only one lens. And they run with certain narratives and agendas to fit that lens. And it doesn't make sense to the outside world. It truly doesn't. For example, the narrative, oh, this comic book character beats Goku because this comic book character has been around longer and has more writers. Well, where the fuck does that conversation go when Goku can get cleared by a character that's been around for 2 years? It's been around for 3 years. Been around for 4 years. What if he gets cleared by a character off one run? That shit's so dumb to me. Like, that argument doesn't make sense anywhere else. And for example, Ben Grimm. Ben Grimm soloed Goku off the strength of what he did within the first couple years of the Fantastic Four. That's all you need. You can keep going further, sure. You can get hundreds of thousands more feats. He's a lot more consistent than inconsistent. Another problem in the scaling community, when they throw that excuse out. Oh, comic characters are inconsistent. Then you ask them, okay, I'll bite. Which writer downplayed Ben Grimm? Which writer gave him inconsistencies? And then suddenly, there's no answer. There's no response. There's no evidence cited. And to me personally, the longevity argument's a little bit weird as well, because Goku's been 30 plus years for sure. So like, at what point does that argument kind of die? Because Goku's been around for a long fucking time. And it's just kind of disingenuous anyway, because there's a lot of mangas I love. There's a lot of stories I love that no matter how long they go on for, they're not going to reach a certain power level. Kingdom, shameless plug, I got a cafe podcast coming soon with a big anime YouTuber talking about why Kingdom's the greatest manga ever. We're going to go on a deep dive into it breaking down a bunch of things, debating a bunch of things. It's just amazing to talk about that series. It's impeccable. Now, with that in mind, it's about fucking China's Warring States. I know even if it runs for 200 years, he's not going to surpass Goku. Guess what? That's okay. That's fine. I would say based on current trajectory from Goku and his writing, the fact we're almost 40 years in, he's not even remotely close to peak Superman. Probably never going to be able to get there, but that's okay because a fuck ton of characters in fiction ain't getting to be Superman. That's fine. Like, shit happens, dog. So again, it's just a bit weird for me when that longevity argument is brought up, because in my opinion, not really an argument. You know, a lot of characters can sweep off the strength of solo runs. A lot of characters haven't been around that long. Robbie Reyes ain't been around that long. I promise you I ain't scared of Goku if he pulls up on Robbie Reyes. I fucking promise you that. He's getting erased. Like, that. It's such a weird argument. And so this is what I kind of implore to the Dragon Ball community. And it's not the whole community. I'm not condemning the whole community. I'm talking to unfortunately, like, the radical side of the Dragon Ball scaling community is what the rest of us tend to know. They're like the ones that are the loudest and interact the most. That's why we know them the most. And when I say the most, I mean people that aren't associated with Dragon Ball circles. I'm not. First of all, I don't hate Goku. His radical Dragon Ball fans in general can be really annoying. But I don't hate Goku. I grew up off Goku. Like, don't be a bitch. I grew up off Goku. Just stop. Now, I'm not gonna lie about Goku, because he's from my childhood. That'd be fucking weird. Like, it's a lot of characters are from my childhood. I'm not gonna lie about their scaling, because I like them. That's too fucking bad, and I'm not gonna baby them because they have a cult-like fan base. That's not how the game works. I'm sorry. You want to win a fight, be tougher. Don't fucking have fans that just complain. That's not how fights work. So, I don't hate him. And even if I did, let's say, for the sake of argument, let's say I fucking hated Goku. Let's say I thought he was the biggest bitch, right? Trash character. This doesn't impact what happens to you on my channel. Case in point, if you go back throughout the history of my channel and you watch me talk about Superman, I fucking hated Superman. I still don't love Superman. He's cool. He's alright now. He's cool now. Honestly, after Deceased, I like John Kent better than Clark, but that's a conversation for another day. I was also more a fan of Supergirl in Post-Crisis than Clark, but that's a conversation for another day. Superman, I did not like. Yet he was still able to win on my channel. Funny how the fuck that works. Spider-Man. I hated Spider-Man for the longest time. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that that's watched my channel. Still gets wins on my channel. Still does well on my channel. Still gets covered on my channel. You have to be open to the idea that some people just don't believe in your character like you do, and that's okay. I understand that no matter how many fucking scans I show you guys, how many samples I provide, how many sources I cite, how many times you are unable to provide a counter, I know in my heart, a lot of you will never accept that Ben Grimm would beat the dog shit out of Orange Piccolo. And that's okay. You're entitled to be wrong. I disagree with you. I have evidence that says you're wrong. And that's fine. I can live with my side of things, you know? If people want to just blindly believe one thing, that's cool. But I think we can tone down the rhetoric a bit. And the last part of this journey, like, everybody's hated on Ben. I've seen people hate on Ben. Other characters who scale despite their influence, despite them influencing a lot of characters that people do love. When you're looking at the scaling, when you're looking at the big picture of things, it's kind of crazy when you see comments on my channel that'll be like, oh, he's lowballing Goku. He's shitting on Goku. Well, let's examine this part. I've provided scaling for Goku that's higher than where Seth scales him, the beloved Goku scaler for years. Everybody thought Seth was the man when it came to scaling Goku. I scale him higher than Seth. Compared to my scaling, your Goku scaling goat downplays. What now? Chuck scales Goku lower than where I scale. Your Goku goat scaler, he's downplaying. So you gotta be consistent with your shit. Don't come in my comment section unless you've slid on them first, bitching at them. That's just how I feel, because that's the honest truth. If I say Goku's stronger than your favorite Goku YouTubers say, then how am I lowballing him? How, Sway? Someone give me the fucking answers, because that shit makes no sense. God damn. But anyways, yeah, it's funny. Some people thought I was trolling about Ben Grimm winning. No, bitch. Ben Grimm will beat the shit out of Orange Piccolo. Stop trying me. I'm actually willing, if anyone wants to debate that, I'm willing to debate it. I think it'd be pretty funny to do on the live stream, especially with those that think Ben's like planetary or gets shit stomped. That would be comedy. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this. Show more respect to all characters. I don't hate any characters, and hating them doesn't even affect what happens on my channel. It's the fan bases that be annoying me. Do I roast characters sometimes? Absolutely. I mean, did y'all see what I did to Living Tribunal? You see what I did to Silver Jobber? Like, I be on their ass, but it's all jokes. It's all good, because at the end of the day, I enjoy all the stories anyway. I read them all. And Goku gets me views too. Why the fuck would I hate Goku? He's helping me get the bag. But yeah, regardless, I just wanted to do this video that was initially going to be just all about Ben Grimm and his impact. But it kind of evolved after I had dropped that Ben Grimm video, and people were saying some slick shit. And I was like, you know, we need to have a bigger conversation. But regardless, I'm looking forward to the future content on my channel that also includes Dragon Ball. For example, we have battle swap videos coming up. Thor vs. Superman battle swap obviously coming up. But I'll find swaps for Goku and other characters too. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm also considering starting a channel just with Star Wars stuff, because I've always wanted to have a channel with just Star Wars stuff. And I'm not using Coffee Shop Comics anymore, so I could probably start up a Star Wars one and upload over there maybe weekly, a couple times a week, just pure Star Wars amazing content. Y'all let me know what you think about that. But yeah, anyways, thank you for enjoying my rant. It's been your boy, Jobbers and Goons, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
I appreciate all the fans I had. Hate me or love me, you watched. That's all you could do. Thank you.